Testing, testing, 1 2 1 2. Did I even reset up those scans? No. Oh, that's why. Do not disturb. Why is that? It shouldn't be. I saved that. Oh no, that's supposed to be end time. That is why. There we go. I was about to say. Now we got that set up. Based on this close, 254. $0.60. 314. $2.31. Mm-hmm. What them low floats said. Hmm. Close of yesterday was 274. 274. Good morning, good morning. Watching BTAI right now. Let me flip over here. I saw BTAI coming up here 17%. It's got not a whole lot of volume right now, but I've already marked up where the ATR is based off the previous close. Looking for it to start kind of huddling around that 360 level if it's going to do anything. I already did a little pop up there and kind of just trading sideways in here, but it's one of the few low floats that's moving right now. Let's go look at the news on it. So BTAI BioXcel Therapeutics announces a 14 million registered direct offering 1 day ago. Okay, so it had a little bit of selling. Let's see. So stock at a combined offering price of $3.50 per share. A biopharmaceutical company utilizing artificial intelligence to develop transformative medicines in neuroscience. Okay, so had that direct offering yesterday, and this is the following day after news. Have a pre-market ATR high at 360. We're gonna see how it can do. It is almost the leading low float over $2, but I wouldn't just jump into it. I need to see it break this 360 level. This is a heavily contested level from the past pre-market. And so to hold over this level 360 would be very, very good for it to get going, but it's got some work to do. Plus, we don't really want to see a double top on this candle. It comes back up to 360 and fails. All right, there's a little pushing, but I need to see it break 360 first and give me a pullback above 360. Up 24% now. Got a little bit of running to do. Get over this 360, big boy. $500,000 shares traded, heading on up. We'll see what happens around 1 million, where it ends up settling. But we can see these wicks forming though. There's a little more push. Want to see what this candle ends up closing. Got about 10 minutes till 6:30, and this 15-minute candle will be closing. So far, the takeoff point was kind of around this 290 level. And then previous consolidation down into this 270 level. So we kind of got a range we don't want to see it come back into. Make sure I got my AMs on. Coming on up to, looks like 1 million. Creeping on up there. Liquidity coming in, but liquidity not exactly there yet. But so far, this is the only one that I'm seeing that's competing on the day. Hmm. Let's also check out the larger time frames on this. So here's the daily chart. You can see it had a big splash up, went up to about 682 and came down. And this is where that 360 point or that 360 ATR is up here. So it's basically come back up after dropping down to 250s, come back up to about this 360 level and start holding there. That's what we're looking for. Point of control at 319. See how much volume comes in here. We're getting to 1 million shares traded. 900 or 921,000 right now. Still not enough liquidity. Come on. Not first, not enough liquidity, and then the setup isn't here. So two reasons not to jump into it. Had catalyst from yesterday, direct offering, so I wanted to see if it was just gonna fail out or what's gonna be happening. All right, just hit 1 million shares traded. Now all I'm waiting on is the setup. Get over 360, give me a pull back over 360, show me that the buyers wanted to go higher, and then we'll play with it. But I definitely don't want to see it do too much action into this 291, 271 level. 3 minutes left on this 15-minute candle. There's some very visible selling pressure in here, and it's trading within the previous war zone. So, you know, not really proven that it's getting up yet. We'll see if it starts dropping under 320s. If it needs to retest that $3 whole dollar level. And remember, the news on this one was it had a registered direct offering yesterday, which it killed a lot of people. And I'm wondering, can it wake up today afterwards and get back up there and start holding this 350 per share? That's the 360 is the ATR high, so 10 cents above this, holding that and moving higher. We'll see. Let's actually check out the float and all that good stuff too while we got time here. BTAI. All right, statistics. So insider holding and institutions are pretty much the same. Float 1.96. BTAI 2.58 million shares in the float. According to Market Watch. Mm. 2.58 million over here according to FinViz. This thing better align. Let's see. Floats. See, I know the float. I'm taking this one off. This one is kind of trash. It's always giving me the wrong stuff. I go to the actual site. It's like, nope. Nope, that ain't right. Let me take that off. Home. What is it? Trade info. No, the float needs to come up and out of there. It's always trash. Always super away from everything else everybody else is saying. BTAI. I was just kind of testing it out just to see, you know, what kind of information it would give, and it's just never good information, ever. 74 employees, biotech, healthcare. Okay. Market cap, beta, float. Okay, 2.28 million. All right. So I'll mark this one up just in case it pops up later on in the day or something. If it doesn't want to go at this point, because it looks like it's not getting over 20, holding over 20% even. And that's a small ask for a low float. Is 20%. So never gave the move, never set up. So avoiding that one for now. Biotherapeutics float 2.49. Okay, so from one something to like up to 2.49, 2.58 actually. Float. 2 to 3 mil in the floats. Any other things, and then I'll take that news catalyst. So it had this a day ago, or actually on the 3rd, March 3rd was the direct offering. So Monday, 2 days ago at 3:33 p.m. So after the market closed, it did a direct offering. 3:33 p.m. when no one could react to it. Kind of splashed them down. So I'm wondering, does anybody wanna play with it? Because now that I'm looking at it in the news that it has, it's actually going back towards that $3 level and going to that zone that I did not really want to see it touch, down here between the 291 and the 271. So just waiting on another low float. So during pre-market, I'm not really looking to trade mid caps and large caps. I'm only looking for small caps, right? Let my scanner find what it can find and letting it go, right? But with the small cap movers, I'm looking for things that are over, you know, really something that can give me more than a 20-cent move. You know what I mean? And then when it comes to the large caps, those scanners, large and mid caps, those scanners wake up during the day. Also, since we got time, let's go over the actual trade that I actually took yesterday. It was ASTS. And so I saw this one come up on my mid cap scanner. It had bumped up. Of course, I was waiting the small and mid cap or no, not small, the mid and large caps, I wait until the first hour is over. So that's when I started looking for mid caps, but I didn't find anything in the small cap world that I could trade for real. I think I did take a trade on the small cap and I lost 97 cents. Got stopped. I had my stop above the break even, but slippage got me. I was like, whatever. 97 cents in bad. But on this one, I saw it come in here and start holding over the ATR. And I looked at the previous ATR. The close of this was 25.60, right? And the ATR on this one is about, where's that one? ASTS. Maybe a little bit different today. ATR is looking like $3. Okay, yeah, it was over $3 yesterday though. So we'll say about $3. So 25.60 plus that 25.60 plus around 3, at that point it was probably like 315 or something like that. 315. Okay. And so the goal or the ATR high up there was 28.75 from here. So 28.60 is where I marked. And that's, I should have put a name on that and labeled it real good, but that's where that 28.60 came from. It actually got up there and I sold majority of it. I thought it could only go to 28. And so once it hit 28, I was like, oh man, that's great. And I held just a little piece and I sold because I thought it was going to double top and come back down, but it actually ended up holding that ATR up there, going way higher all the way up to 30 and all of that. And I was like, oh well, my expectation was 28. It did the 28. I took the idea, the majority of the trade off, and I was holding such a small size. It was like, well, you know what? I'm not even gonna play with it. I'm just gonna sell it. But it did end up continuing from 28. I think my best sellout was like 28.70 or something, somewhere up in there. But I had such small share size, and then it just continued to pump. So I was like, oh well, whatever. Sometimes those things happen, but the idea worked out that I had, saying, hey, is it possible for it to reach that ATR based on yesterday's close? All right, so BTAI did not go down. This is this third candle. Top of this previous candle was 348. It would need to start holding over this 360 though. Does have over a million shares, is over 20% now. But with these wicks, what is a fall gonna look like on this one? Is my question. And right now over here on the scans, BTAI is the leader right now in the low floats. Don't see anything else, cold, nothing else. So if this one fails, oh well. You just have to do something else during the day. There'll be an opportunity. It seems like every single day there's a opportunity in one of these. Whether it's the small caps, yesterday was big, large cap, and mid cap potential. But we got to identify where's the heat. And at this point, it's no real direction here, just kind of wicks. And if you were to take a trade here, it kind of be like a guessing game. Because nothing has shown strength, like no big falls, no big blowouts, no nothing. So, but what I've been doing, I did some back testing. I was just taking into consideration the ATR with pre-market. And so what I started doing is cutting out pre-market and saying, okay, from where it closed, where is that ATR? And I started noticing, hey, if it's holding that ATR and challenging the next level, the ATR that's on the present day with the pre-market, there's a little bit of strength there. I want to see if this thing can push. But there's another time that is showing a little downside. So since there's a little void down here on the 15-minute that it could try to fill, I'm gonna say I want to see it stay above this $3 whole dollar level. And I will label this. I need to start labeling these things so I can remember. Uh, so this is gonna be a whole dollar level. Um, Pre-market. Whole dollar. I want that to hold if it can. May not be able to though. Change that to the exact 3. And sometimes it just takes patience. I mean, at this point, nothing else is gonna move. Oh well. But my question is, can it get back up to that 350 today? Can it draw enough people, get enough volume to make a really nice run up? Got 4 minutes to this 15-minute candle closes. It's been 3 green 15-minute candles in a row with no real fallback or pushback from shorts. So will buyers come in and hit a wall is the question now. Because the shorts do not seem that aggressive. Okay, buyers coming, showing a little bit of gusto there up to the 332s. I'm looking for a break of this 360 level and a pullback above this 360 level for it to start being support. Holding above that 350 direct offering level. Got 3 minutes. Pushing back into the war zone that was some selling pressure at first. Heading towards 2 million shares traded. There's the 40s. Through a wick there. Closing this candle in 2 minutes. Can it start holding up this 348 level? 350 is the direct offering price. So I want to see it trade above that and get over 360. Wow. Not gonna look good closing like this. 3 large wicks to the downside. That's some sellers that are paying attention. Less than 1 minute for this candle to close. Not looking too great with these wicks up top. Let me get forgot to do this whole channel thing. Oh, let me put in my attributes. There we go. All right. Up 22%. Still got a lot of almost 20 cents of work to do. Now the ATR on this one is 86 cents. So far it went from opening up down here around 269 up to 330s. How far is that? 269 up to 330. 61 cents. Okay. And like I was explaining earlier, during pre-market, I just mainly want to, if I'm going to take trades, I'm going to take trades on something that can swing big, like a low float, small cap. And then intraday, I'm looking Really less at the small caps unless something really pops and it's over $5 and it's really moving towards $10. Then I'd be like, all right, this thing ain't playing. But for the most part, I'm just doing research for the mid caps and large caps. But since we had such a strong reversal yesterday in the large cap world on with the NQ and all that good stuff, the NQ went down, or actually, where is it? So we had this huge move down. Everybody was short, short, short. They're looking for this thing to keep going short, and it exploded back up from 21 or 20,150 ish level all the way back up here. Almost how many? That's what 100, almost a $600 move in the opposite direction, just to reverse a little bit again and then kind of go into some sideways action. So right now, the it is not above the ATR high. So I'm thinking, hey, it might still be some bearishness, or it may be still wanting to do some consolidation. But it did a huge reversal right here that kind of caught people off guard. Let's look at the larger time frame for the overall, the NQ. So the NQ had a little bit of a downtrend. Let me zoom back some because it's kind of broke out of this previous consolidation. It went back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. This is a daily chart. So it came up here to highs, came up and tested one more time and got going down. But the question is this downtrend over, or does it want to continue through this 20,200? Or is it trying to find a new bottom somewhere? I don't know. A lot of questions to be asked here. BTAI just barely getting, it looks like it's slowing down volume a little bit towards that 2 million mark in volume. Had a body, so the previous green trend hit up here at 332. That's where the body of that candle is. So a little bit of candle body resistance. I want to see you get through that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna put a red right there. Candle body resistance. So it did 3 greens, 1, 2, 3, and ran into a little bit of a wall there at 330. Looking for something else to pop up and challenge this thing, man. Start getting over 10%, 20%, hitting it up. Now I actually put this body resistance in before the candle closed, so that didn't really make sense. Let me let this candle close because it's doing a little bit of popping up. I need to make sure wherever the resistance is on a candle close instead of something that's still moving, because it's, as long as it's moving, it's lying. There ain't no truth in it. All right. Got about 10 minutes until this one settles in for the 7 o'clock 7 o'clock out hour, or I don't know, 7 o'clock time period, time zone, time, whatever. But if this is the best out of the things that are above $2, out of the things that can give me 20 cents to 70 cents in a move, then I'm okay with just sitting and waiting. Let my scans work for me. That's another thing, man. It's so easy to just start digging for trades, like being like, man, let me just find a low flow that has a catalyst. The scan hadn't found it, but just, I'm gonna find this thing. I'm gonna go digging, and once I find it, man, it's gonna be great. It's like, man, nah, you're gonna get cooked. It's best to kind of, when you set up your scans, don't use that many filters. Just have an open scan with just volume. Then you start to map or scope that scan. Say, okay, well, I took a trade on this thing and it didn't work so well. Let me adjust the scan just a little bit to, and you can also use data when you're watching like another ticker move that has the credentials, or not credentials, but criteria that you like, or that is working for that thing that exploded, and then adjusting the scan to that, saying, okay, well, it had, this many amount of shares before it took off. It had this percentage gain before it took off. It had, this ATR before it took off. Like, and then just adjust the scan, just the scan, just the scan. And it'll take a while, but starting from scratch, just starting with the open scan and then moving on through. Now, some people, they'll go and they'll get scans off online, but the problem is with getting a scan on offline is, do you understand what the scan is doing and the exact purpose of why it's set up that way? Why? Because I got plenty of code in my scanners and things like that. And you look at it and you be like, what in the world is this for? What is this going? Now I do define everything, and if you know code, you would understand it. Um, but I don't want it to be like I go into a coma and come back and look at my code and I'm like, what in the world was I doing? Code everywhere with no explanations. Be a mess. We're coming up on the 7 o'clock. Still just chilling. To be honest, usually I'll just, my phone is going to alert me if anything is added anyway. So I'm like, just whatever. Let's see, tariffs. Everybody's talking about tariffs. Tariffs. System. So let me go check those scans. Where my scans at? So did that switch it over? Alert. Yep. Okay. There we go. We had a tornado watch yesterday. It was a lot. It was so much rain. You couldn't even, like, you look out the window, all you see is just white. It was very calming not being able to see, 5 feet. All right. At this point, it's gonna have to push all this area out of here for it to even look interesting. It's gonna have to get up to that 360. Problem is, it doesn't need to extend up there. It just needs to walk up there. If it could just walk up to the 360 and then explode, that'll be dope. 4 minutes left to the 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock. Top of the hour. And this is the only one that has 1 million shares above $2. Let me see. Let me go and check. See what it is under 2. Let's just peek. Let's just peek and see what's there. Let's go to $1. Nothing, I guess. Okay. Let's go to 0. Okay. So yeah, even down here, we got leading is BTOG with only 11% up. That's with 40, it's 40 cents. Oh no. Oh no. Let's go to over 50 cents. Over 50 cents, we have GXAI and still BTAI. So nothing else there. 75 cents. Not. All right. I guess this is the part of trading that's like, oh my goodness, just show me some action, man. And when I get that feeling, I'm like, you know what? It's the reason I have this feeling. Nothing is forcing me into wanting to take a trade. So I'm just gonna embrace that feeling and be like, you know what? Let me just be bored in peace. Let me not rush into anything. I already know the setup I'm looking for. I got my ATRs marked out. Haven't seen anything else come up on the scan, so I'm like, it is what it is. Good morning, Danielle. ASTS didn't really do much during this time, but pretty sure it'll end up dropping. It was an earnings play. Um, Usually I don't play earnings, but with this setup, this is the setup that I like. And a mid cap, I mean, I was like, you know what? This thing is trending upwards. It's already above the ATR highs. I have my these little red dots here where my risk. Where's my? I need to zoom in. Zoom in. These little red. This was where I entered here. My average price was 27.06. I was looking for the 27s to hold, and I have my risk here. Now this risk, this is just a script that I have in here. That basically as I enter, it shows me where I need to be getting out. It studies. So basically I could put any amount in here and I could say like 1500 or whatever, and I could use this, or I could just say, and I haven't adjusted this in a while. I haven't actually been using the percentage in a while. I just been using the dollar risk. So I could put in like 75 bucks. And where's my okay button? Okay, I just hit it off the side. Okay, so 75 is in there, and then I say okay, and it will readjust the risk, and it remembers where I entered out here, and so that's why I went down here. So $75 risk would be down here at 24.76 if I was going to risk that much, which I am not. If I wanted to risk, I don't know, I want to risk 1,000 bucks, and I'll hit okay. We'll see the risk amount, 1,000, and I don't have any positions, but I'm pretty sure I can't reach $1,000 loss with the size that I have here, so it would say risk unreachable. But let's go ahead and re-up that. Let's put 25 bucks. I haven't really been risking a whole lot. Anyway, all right, so BTAI did a little pullback. And as long as it wants to trade within under this 360, I'm not going to touch it. I want to see it start breaking. And now we actually have a body candle here of 331 that I can actually mark up now as a little bit of a wall there. So let's do some body resistance, body blocking. Body block at that 331 level that it's trying to get back up to. And we'll see how it handles that body blocking. And it start to hold up and start kind of walking towards 360. Interesting. Will the body block continue to work or not? That looks like a double top there a little bit. 334. We'll see if it actually ends up stopping there, if it wants to go on up. Has almost 3 million shares traded on it. Oui. Body block, back to it. A little bit of a touch on the body block on the other side of it. Will it get back below 31? Almost 5 million, or going towards that 5 million mark. $705. All right, 38. So the body block looks to be failing, but this candle hasn't closed yet. At 715. Body blocking. Okay, back under the body block. Finding more and more resistance there. Body blocking, body blocking. Almost 4 million, well, going towards 4 million shares traded on this one. TRNR moving up the map as well. See it up 10% there. 1 million shares traded on it. TRNR. TRNR through a wick up here. Looks like previous ATR was 290, which it threw the wick up to, and then the current one, based on the close of yesterday's without the pre-market, so no pre-market, just from the close and doing the calculation to get this, is 314 up here. So it looks like it's retesting this 290 level. We'll see if it can catch up with BTAI, but it's only up 9%, 8%. Not great. I don't even know if TRNR has news on the day. Let me go look. TRNR. Neither one of these have news on the day, actually. All right, so yeah, this is the same news they had the other day. Secures exclusive distribution and initial order of CLMBR in the United Kingdom. Like some biotech company or something, but still not competing in the percent change with BTAI. But those are the two that I'm seeing right now. Good morning, Brian Borland. So we got two that I was kind of showing how I think about these, and I kind of have put some labels out here because really this is what I'm thinking in my head. Oh, there's a body candle. Let's see if that body becomes some type of resistance, because full bodies on these candles are kind of like I don't know, kind of like airbags. And if things can prove that they can have strength above those previous weak bodies, then it's a good sign. But TRNR, I'm not gonna mess with that because it's not in any competition with BTAI right now. Only has 1 million shares on the board. BTAI has way more lookers. So, and it has a more recent catalyst. Got about 5 minutes to this 15-minute closes. TRNR trying to get back over 10%. Wednesday hump day. Hopefully you guys have been having a good week. I've had some smaller trades, but it's been, consistent. I'm just looking for small consistency on these, especially start. Like I haven't been trading in pre-market. I've just been doing a lot of back testing in pre-market, but I haven't really been like trading. Usually I trade intraday. But I mean, since there's so much opportunity and I can do it in the morning, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get to it. Go ahead and get to it. See if I see anything worth trading. And if not, just be patient. Wait for a setup. And the setup that I'm looking for is ATR high break and hold. So break it, hold it, continue on. Show me that you are in an uptrend and continue on. Let me go back over here and look at the NQ. NQ just going sideways still. Okay. Wow, ASTS still revisiting those highs. Oh well, that's not for me today. Not for me today. What's up, Drifter? There's got to be something that's going to pop up and blow these two out of the water. Gotta be. Gotta be. Like, it's just been too quiet. We just need one to just explode. Because the other thing about trading these types is right now, BTAI doesn't really have momentum. It's just chopping. You can tell by the wicks. You can tell by, just not being able to get up. But we're looking for something to really be like, oh man, these shorts are in trouble. These shorts are really getting flexed. So that 331 body block continued to hold. This candle is about to close now. This is why I wait for the 15-minute candles to close. Because think about it, you buy up here at 331 and now you're trapped. And now it's like you didn't wait for the close, you didn't wait for it to do anything. You're in there, and now it's not looking too good for you at the end of the candle. So we got about 30 seconds to see where this one closes and if it wants to continue downward. This is also the fourth. This will be the fourth wick to the downside. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So the more times that it happens, the more I'm like, man, there's some strength there holding this thing down. If it breaks that level, great. We can possibly capitalize on it, but there's something big sitting there. So got body blocked. And now at this point, this body block stands, and I look for it to create a new body block on the downside. If wow, 318, yeah, that's definitely some momentum downward. Let's look at TRNR opening up its new candle. ATR, the previous day's ATR was 290. It's got to get some more volume. Threw a wick up there just then, 290 all the way up to $3 basically to that previous high. Let's see if it starts holding this one, and can it get back up towards this 3 or back over this 314. That's the current ATR based on the close of yesterday without pre-market. That's the ATR 314 up there. So quite a bit of work, especially being up 11%. So oh yeah, let me go back to BTAI. So for the body block, what I look for on the 15-minute is for candles to close. Wherever the body of the candle that turns it around is, the body of this red candle right here, okay, oval. This red candle right here is where it started its turnaround point, right? And so if it can't break and hold over the body of this candle, I go ahead and mark that body as resistance, right? So, like, I just call it body block, but it's just resistance, where the resistance started. And then on the bottom side, I want to see a support form. But on this one, I don't know if support is going to form. I don't know how it's going to form, but at least I know the top side where it needs to break for it to be trending up. So it's gonna have to break over 331 and start getting towards 350-ish and all of that stuff. And so basically it's just the first turning point. So it started a little uptrend, started, and then started going down right here. But I'm usually looking for a 15-minute candle to close. And it's the same thing when I'm looking for the ATR high break. I'm looking for it to pull down towards ATR high, form that body block, and looking to take that body block for the breakout of it. Once we figure out, where it wants to go. Now, if this is real resistance, it'll continue to move down away from 331. If it's not, it could try to come up and retest and all of that. So what am I looking for at this point? Well, the ATR is all the way up here. So I'm looking for it to break over 360. And this body block can become support. Let's say if it breaks over 360, pulls back real quick to 332 and pops back up. Well, I know there is a reaction here at this previous body block looking to become some type of support at 330s. But if it just crashes through the body block, crashes all the way back down, there was no support there anyway. It was always resistance. TRNR 286, and we're just not seeing any big movers. Where those 80%? Where the big boys at? We hadn't seen 100% mover in a while now that I think about it. Monday, I think we had something that kind of scratched 100%, but everything's been like very low. It's only been like base hit trades where you just take a little profit, take a little profit, take a little profit, but nothing like 200, 300, 400, Drifter, man, I've been good. Trading and trying to get back to streaming a little bit more. Um, I'm not streaming as long. I'm streaming from 6 in the morning, doing pre-market, and then everything else I'll be in Discord and I'll let you guys know what I'm looking at and all that good stuff. Um, but yeah, I've been doing great. Chilling, still working. Yeah, I just live a very, what do you call it? Scheduled lifestyle, I guess. Now there are some things that pop up and I'm like, oh man, I need to handle that. But for the most part, I'm just like, keep doing what I'm doing. Just chill out. So BTAI continue to push downward. So that body block is looking like it was the right call and looking like this wants to get down towards the $3 whole dollar level. And the point that I really didn't want to see it re-enter was this gap right here. Gap from 276 up here to 288. And I wanted to stay out of that, but I don't know if that's going to be possible. TRNR, wicks going down as well. So we're seeing wicks across the board on the small caps. Where's the decision making in the small caps? Who's going to be the bold one? That's like, man, I'm not throwing wicks, I'm throwing punches. NQ has a downward look, but that could shift very quickly. Kind of got to see the sentiment on the open where they want to. Majority of the trades happened up here at 20,500 on this session, and it's moving downward from the majority of the trades. Doesn't mean it can't pop back up there, but it definitely has a little bit of a backstop there at 20,500. Okay, BTAI threw a little wick down here to the 310. So now let's see if we can see any trend forming to walk up to that 360 level. Is this a true trend starting? Or is it lying? Does it want to just crash out? If it breaks down this 304 level, that's going to be a little bit more weakness. Almost 4 million shares traded on it though. The fact that that volume is drying up this much leads me to suspect. Let's go look over here. Is something else coming up here? Let's go to nothing. Let's just look for just low floats in general. There's something moving. V or ZVSA 17%, but still nothing like 50% or nothing higher. So that's not that interesting. ZVSA. It's gonna have to get up. I don't like that. Had to get over 2, baby. This one's been sitting at 283 for the last 5-10 minutes. No push. This one is operating under the point of control as well. Point of control is at 319 right now. This one isn't quite under point of control yet, which is at 270. Oh, there it goes. Ooh, that's a little flipper. Wow. Flipping around there on TRNR. Let me look at BTAI and see if it's flipping. Not really. TRNR. I don't even know if that's real. That might be what they call those orders that's like dark orders, dark pool orders. Where is the Momo? The NQ is breaking to new lows. Here, we'll see how strongly it can break. It did just a little break. It has this little point here at the 20,431. See if they can go ahead and break that strongly. Takes a lot of money to stop something like the NQ though. So once it gets going, it's done 1, 2, 3 bars into this direction and then hitting what looks like some type of floor. Can it push through that floor is the question. Trying. Now, is it a fake out? Is it going to come back up here and try to get back up here, or is it actually going? This was the floor. Is it going to get going? Is it a fake out? Don't know. All right. Yeah, I'm just seeing a whole lot of wicks, which has me thinking it's a whole lot of indecision after yesterday's. Because when the tariff news came out, I think President Trump was talking about some tariff type deals, and the market dumped. I mean, it dumped. I was like, "Ooh, I bet the shorts are having a field day on this one." All right, so the new candle just opened. Trying to see if it's going to go ahead and break down this 310 level. Is it going to continue some type of trend downward? And on this one, I don't really count this little level right here as a body block. So like this 322-ish level, this isn't at the end of an upward move. This is at like it's just in the trend. So this one I'm like, maybe a body block, maybe not. But if it goes down some, pops back up and does a little uptrend, fails again, and then goes down, that at that uptrend, I'm like, okay, that's another body block. That's more and more resistance coming in. Mm-hmm. 6% on TRNR. What is there to trade? All right, so I'm gonna sit here another 15 minutes. If I don't see anything, I'm just gonna chill out, go get some breakfast or something, and come back for the open. Maybe something will be popping then, but as of now, I don't see nothing. I'll come back and check in on BTAI if it can start holding up 20%, holding up, getting up. But the volume is just it's sitting. It's like not even getting trades right now. So being in pre-market and only moving like just a couple hundred shares at a time is kind of crazy. Same thing with TRNR. Very small motion right now. Very small build up. But if it is a build up, I'll be ready later on once it wants to do its thing for real. If it wants to do its thing for real. Getting up to 4 million there. So hasn't yet crashed out, but has room down here to the 305s. And then below that is kind of just pushing towards that 3 level. We'll see what's real life. What's real life? You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to put that button over there on Twitch. That's what I forgot to do. Let me do that real quick. Let me do that real quick. Go to Twitch. Okay. Let's go to Twitch. Let me update that. Settings. And let me grab that link to the Discord. I know space there. Okay. Okay, that's there. And let's put an actual button out here too. Notification, connections, to stream, Discord. My Discord is connected. Why isn't it in my... I see TCBP popping up. Oh my goodness. TCBP got destroyed. All right, let's go see if this thing has catalyst. What is this? TCBP. Oh my goodness. Up 12% now. February 20th is when it had its last news. Looks like some type of cancer stock. Let's see, TCBP. TCBP profile. Looks like a another United Kingdom one. Let's go to statistics. Float is looking like 98.87 million. Is that right? 98.87 million. Let me go check some other places. TCBP. That's a pretty high amount of shares outstanding for this type. And then out here, nothing showing. Yeah, that one was kind of like just a pop and drop. No float, nothing showing out here on these. Float 410,000 is what it says there. TCBP. Float not showing. Let's go look over here at the BAM. Has a shelf registration from last November. I don't know. TCBP looks like death, actually. Wait, let me see what you posted. Posted that in the Discord. Let me go check Discord, what you posted. Come on, Discord, pull up. Okay, there we go. Okay, so Show me a new body block. Let's see. So the candle, okay. So we got this is our Discord. I don't want to do that. Whoops. Let me bring it over, bro. All right, so this is our Discord. So basically, I don't know what stock this is, but it got moving. So this doesn't look like is this an upward move? I'll have to see the rest of what stock is this? Because this right here looks like some consolidation. It moved down, had a little up move. Just based on this picture without knowing the stock, this is the upward move, and this will be the body block right here. So this candle right here, at the 140-ish, and you can see it tried to come back up to that level right there, the top of this uptrend. Now I don't know if this is on a bigger uptrend or what. So all of that context matters. But for just this picture, you had this uptrend. First you had a downtrend, then you had an uptrend. This one would be the new one before all of this goes on. This is the new one. Then you get the break of this body block, get to the top, bam. This is a new body block. Is it going to get broken? We don't know. It pulled back and held above the previous one and came back up and retested this current body block, if that makes sense. Ooh, TCB got destroyed into the dirt. Wow. And then over here on BP, it doesn't look like it wants to respect that whole little trend idea we had. Looks like it wants to go ahead and break down. It's got 4 million shares and it's like stopped trading at this point. And then TRN are heading down as well. Definitely some traps out here in these streets. Definitely some traps out here. Hopefully that answered your question. Maybe. If not, I can let me see. Do I have any? This is crazy, man. Nothing wants to move for us. SLXN is up 32%, but I mean, it's got 6 million shares moving up. It's like, how far can it really go, right? It's at 146. Let's look and see if it has any kind of catalyst on SLXN. Selection Therapeutics. 12 minutes ago, Selection Therapeutics reports groundbreaking positive initial data for systemic administration of this for orthotopic pancreatic cancer models. Interesting. That's a cancer one on XLXN. Very interesting. XLXN there. So where is the ATR here? XLXN has a ATR of 27 cents. So it closed. Let's go ahead and do the close. Close of this candle was 112 plus 27. So 112 plus 0.27. So we got a 139 ATR high pre-market. or yeah, well, whatever you want to call it. ATR without pre-market. ATR high, no pre-market. And we'll see what the new ATR is coming into the open. Jump over here to the scans. We shall see. It's got catalysts on the day. It's got 8 million shares traded there. And it has a beta, a pretty high beta there too, of 235. Interesting. Wait, let me, my scans, say 2.0. I don't want it to keep switching back and forth. 2.0. Yeah. Okay. So that'll get us there. All right. So we got our ATR high. Oh, I forgot to color this thing. Let's turn it green. Where's my greeny? Greeny. Pancreatic cancer, man. So looking for a pullback to this 139 to hold up. And it's up 33%, which still isn't just like, oh my goodness, but it is something for sure. Let's look at the larger time frames over here for XL, XN. XL, XN. So it had 112 here, the close, and now it's up to almost 160. That ATR high based on the open is all the way up here at 138. And it looks like it's going to be holding up that 138. It looks like it wants to go even higher. But again, I'm looking for that pullback, to this 139 level to hold. So it hit up here at 163, and it really doesn't matter what it's doing up here until I see a pullback. Ooh, yeah. It's got 10 million shares, so there's definitely liquidity on this one. 10 million shares traded on it. Go ahead and blow out of there. Just hold up your 139 and we will be good, my brother. Just don't crash out. 169. Up 46%. This one does have a pretty high beta score too. It has a beta of 2.35, which means that if the stock market is going up, this one kind of performs well. So we might want to keep the NQ on watch as well to see what it's doing. So it came down here. Remember, we were talking about it breaking this level, and now it looks like it's turning around at this level. So I'm gonna keep an eye on the NQ with it having a beta score that high. I'm like, okay, let's watch this thing. Let's also go and check the floats and all that good stuff on SL, XN. Okay, Selection Corp. We have a float of under 1 million. Insiders and institutions look to be kind of equivalent. This is oh no, it's an Israeli company. These stocks lose me so much money. Okay, that throws a big wrench in everything. Oh man, Well, that one may be a no trader. I do not like trading those. Every single time they either chop, 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 or it's always something crazy wrong with them. Oh my gosh, man. It's really stock, bro. I don't know about that. I don't like giving back profits. It has all everything else, but Chinese stocks and Israeli stocks just they always end up punching me in the mouth. And this one says it has a 6.8 million float. I don't know if I want to fool with that today for real. I do not know. 13 million shares. I mean, it looks so good. It's just going up, doing everything. And I go look in the profile and I'm like, oh man, I really don't like these stocks from Israel. I know they're working on pancreatic cancer and all that stuff, but man, I've been burned too many times, man. I got a horrible taste in my mouth from Israel stocks. Let's see, Selection Therapeutics' latest data demonstrates that subcutaneously administered SIL-204 reduces both primary tumors and metastasis in clinically relevant orthotopic. Let me orthotopic. Refers to procedures or conditions that occur at the normal place in the body. It is often used in context with tissue grafting. Okay, where tissue is transplanted into its natural position. Orthotopic liver. Oh, so basically replacing that part of the pancreas. Okay, so let me go back over here. Okay, so Grand Cayman, Selection Therapeutics Corp, clinical stage biotech. Yeah, I don't know, man. I might have to leave that one alone for real. Like, for real, for real. Unless it just, I don't even know, man. I just, I see stars just looking at it. All right. Crash driven cancers today announced positive orthotopic pancreatic cancer models demonstrating that subcutaneously administered S whatever effectively reduces primary tumor growth and metastatic spread. These findings represent a significant advancement over previously reported data by providing further validation of SIL-204's efficacy or effectiveness in the more clinically relevant orthotopic setting, where human pancreatic tumor cells are implanted directly into the pancreas to better mimic human disease progression, including for the first time, wait, directly into pancreas to better mimic human disease progression, including for the first time in metastasis patterns. So that's high spread patterns, spreading from one thing to the next. Okay, initial validation, all of this good stuff. Oh boy, boy, boy. I don't really want to give capital to this company for real. I'm probably gonna just stay away from this one and wait for something better. I'm going to let me revamp. Yeah, I really don't like that. Okay, so let's go to small caps 2.0. It's like another one of those days. I'll just be looking for mid and large caps then, because I am not about to play that game. Two. gonna play that game. There will be better things at a better time. Oops, what did I just click? 2.0. What was I trying to do? Switch over, save this as just a regular again. Small caps. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm cool. I am coolio. I'm gonna let Excel X in. If you have the risk tolerance for it, more power to you. You know, I marked the chart up and all that good stuff, but I'm not touching this. Every single time I trade Israeli stocks, I'm like, man, this thing's great. Got great catalysts. You know, they're curing cancer. They got all this good stuff. Then I get punched in the mouth. You know, and after you leak so many times, it's like, no, I'm good. But like I said, if you're quick enough, hey, have at it. All right, BTAI broke down this previous bottom, so that's not too good. I'm about to jump off of here. 8 o'clock's jump coming up, so I'm about to get into some actual, we'll make some money doing something else, and I may come back and look at mid caps and large caps later on in the day if no small caps, really good small caps come up. So, yeah. Coolio. All right. Well, I went a little bit overtime because I saw that one pop up and I was like, "Ooh, this could be." Nah, I'm good. You make money on it, hey, come rub it in my face. Just be like, you know what? I traded this. I made money on it. You missed it. Ah ha ha. I'm like, well, you know, based on my statistics and my journaling, you know, I it's not great. Not great with Israeli stocks at all. Like I've lost over like maybe it ain't that bad, but I lost a good bit on Israeli stocks, maybe like 1,500 or something like that. It ain't like I lost 20K. One, because you know, the first time I was full sizing them, and then as I saw, you know, every single time this thing is failing, I sized down, sized down, sized down till it was just so insignificant. I was like, you know what? I don't even want to trade these no more. Even when I size down, I'm getting cooked. So it's like, no, I'm good. Hey, TRNR. Jump back up there, but yeah, I'm about to jump off. I'm not sure about any of these. I'll continue watching, but yeah, I'm cool. I'm cool on that. Anyway, appreciate you guys for tuning in. I'll be back tomorrow morning. I'm streaming at 6, starting at 6 a.m. Central Standard Time. And on Tuesday, Thursdays, I kind of have to leave. So I'll leave to go to another place. And so I'll go ahead and end the stream a little bit early, probably around 7:30ish. And if we don't see anything, maybe 7:15ish. But we'll see what happens. And yeah, go from there. But yeah, I just want to keep my consistency, keep my, if I know it's bad for me, I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm cool. So that's the one that I won't touch today. Did add it to the no trade tickers. And if that's the top thing, I'll just stay away from everything. But yeah, appreciate you guys once again, and I'm about to jump off of here. And as always, let's see. I will see you in the next one. Peace.